Hello and welcome to another episode of BLG News for the week of March the 18th. We got a good one lined up for you this week. I'm Marcus Boston.
And I'm Renee Boston.
And let's go ahead and quickly, Renee, jump into this and let's start because we've got a lot to talk about.
That was me jumping.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. But let's go ahead because this was a story that you brought to our attention.
Oh, the first one is $1.11. A pet owner recently spent about $2,500 retrieving $1.11 worth of pennies from the belly of his Jack Russell Terrier. This little pooch apparently smelt food on the owner's desk, kind of shimmied his way up to the desk and knocked down the bagel along with some change and things that were on the desk. When everything got to the floor, he started licking up the crumbs of the bagel and then licked up $1.11 in pennies. So he licked up 111 pennies. So
he was chomping the pennies down with the bagel crumbs.
I'm assuming he wasn't chewing nothing.
Yeah.
So Jack Russells are sneaky little devils, and look at from the looks of his picture, he was just swallowing whatever he could come across.
Well, I was thinking about another story too that you told me, but I'm not going to go too deep into that about something that happened in your past. There was a conversation about people eating food, and it was like, son, are you going to eat that, or are you just
going to inhale it?
You going to inhale it? I mean, what you going to do? So
yeah. And speaking of the inhaler's birthday's today.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Well, hey, happy birthday. Okay, and let's go ahead. And this second story is something that is more on a serious note. This was reported on Tuesday. This was last Tuesday, March 12th. But the highest court here in Maryland, which is the Court of Appeals, actually had broke down and heard a case that deals with the liability of bars serving drinks. This was a drunk driver type of case, a situation where the particular bar here, which is the Dogfish Head Ale House in Gaithersburg, allegedly served one patron 17 beers and 3 shots. And after that, the man later left the restaurant and drove drunk, and he killed a 10-year-old girl.
Wow.
So, yeah, a really sad situation here. And the Court of Appeals is heard this case to determine whether the bar should be responsible for something like that.
Well, I think I read a little about this, and I think Maryland is one of either four or five states. It's a relatively small number that don't hold dram shops or liquor establishments, establishments that serve alcohol and liquor, hold them liable for patrons leaving the establishment and going out and causing accidents. So I think Maryland's one of very few states that actually don't hold anybody liable.
Well, it looks like it. I mean, and again, we don't necessarily know how it's going to come down. The court just heard it, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, especially when you have such a horrifying ending to something like this.
Right.
So yeah, that's really
that's one we keep our eye on.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye out on that one. And the third story, Carnival Cruise Lines just can't catch a break. And if you're listening, Renee and I, like I said, if you've been listening and watching these news updates, you know that we are cruisers. I mean, we cruise a lot.
And Carnival, we are gold members.
We are gold members. Yeah, we're top of the line when it comes to Carnival with stuff. And looks like they have had more problems, right, Renee?
Yeah, from my understanding, the Carnival dream has turned into a nightmare for some folks on board. Was it last weekend?
Yeah, I think, but this was reported on March the 14th, so I'm not sure. It was two ships.
I didn't know about the second
Carnival Legend was having problems, and now the Carnival Dream having problems, and they were interviewing some of the people on the news story, and they were saying that, well, we went ahead and booked because what's the likelihood of this happening so close in time to each other?
So you mean it's been 3 in relative, about a month or 6 weeks?
I mean, 3 boats. That's really.
And 2 in the past week.
Yeah, that's really not good. But I guess this time they have learned something, because it's my understanding that they're spending money this time, and they were flying
entertainment.
Yeah, they were flying entertainment in, and I think weren't they also flying guests home this time?
They did. I think I remember reading about the Dream. They got stuck in St. Martin, and they were flying people from St. Martin back to Orlando.
Right.
When the ship boarded at.
Yeah, I mean, so you got to come out of your pockets. But I mean, is it going to stop us? No, we're still going to cruise. We just do it. So I mean, it is what it is. That's risk with everything that we do. And the final story, and if you notice, we're kind of going through this really quick this time because
I don't think it's fairly quick.
Well, no, we're going through these stories pretty fast this time because everybody knows what everybody's listening for that date night review of The Call.
The piece de resistance.
Yes, the movie that I...
Ring, ring.
Yes.
Hello, this is Halle Berry.
This is Halle. Can I help you? So if you have just joined us and you didn't listen to the one last week or the week before, last Friday, Renee and I went out. Was it Friday? Saturday night. We went out and had dinner, and then we went...
And made the call.
We went to answer the call. And suffice to say, it was packed in there, Renee.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think that the turnout was going to be as big as it was.
It was.
It was. I think it was a full theater.
It was a very full theater.
Very close to being full.
Very. And so, Renee, you want to go ahead and let everybody, because I know people are just dying to hear what you have to say about it.
I had very high hopes for The Call, mainly because it was more of a thriller movie, and we're not used to seeing Halle Berry in the thriller type movie role. She's the pretty woman, she's the wife, she's, whatever else she generally is in her typical roles. But I was excited to learn that Halle was in a thriller. So I waited patiently for the movie to come out and harangued you into going with me.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And we went, and I will say without necessarily being a spoiler, 2/3 of the movie captured my attention. The last third, I will admit, I was the stereotypical black in the movie theater, and I talked.
Yes, you did.
I had some words to exchange to the screen, and I did that during that last third.
Yes. Well, I would say from my experience with the movie, I thought that Halle Berry, and I remember because I had some reservations. I was like, can I see Halle Berry being a 911 operator? And I think she did a good job with that. I believed her. I could see her as a 911 operator. I think that her character, I think she did what she was supposed to do. But I do agree with you that the last part of the movie, in my opinion, it didn't sit well with me. And it kind of went off in a direction of almost
just didn't make no sense.
Unbelievable. It really did. Yeah, it didn't make any sense, and it was kind of unbelievable. But
ain't nobody had time for that.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Internet sensation would say that. But yeah, that's my thing with it. And also, I would like to report for you guys listening in our theater, as soon as Morris came on the screen. Woo! Oh my goodness. Woo! The women, I mean, it was clean up on aisle 4. It just, they all they went wild for him. So I guess Morris is still doing it. He's still doing it. And there was also a moment in the movie where Renee, she laughed out loud.
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
She laughed out loud, everybody, on a spot in the movie that was not funny at all.
I think it was quite hilarious.
And the movie theater was quiet. And here she is just coming out with this hard, loud laugh. And everybody is kind of turning and looking, and she's kind of got her head down. And I'm looking, and everybody's looking at me, and see, that's what I have to deal with.
How do we know it wasn't you?
In movies. No, that was not me. They knew that was a female. They knew it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. So, again, I was embarrassed in the theater again. It happened again. It happened in Descent too, by the way.
I laugh at things that it may not necessarily. It's the delivery, and the delivery of that particular line in the movie was. I'm sorry. It's like this girl in the set.
Yes.
I think I may have broken my leg.
Yes,
and then they showed the leg and like a bone is sticking out of it.
Right. But
I think you did break it.
But what's so funny about it? That's not funny.
Well, why is she speculating as to hurting herself? No, you did.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you need emergency attention.
Well, look, if you want to go see the Call, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
And surprisingly, I only gave it a 5.5.
Wow. Okay, I gave it a little bit higher.
But you know what? I actually want to hear everybody else's thoughts on that. We have a few people who actually did go and see the movie over the weekend too. So if you saw it yet and you want to give your views on it, reply to this. Is it where's it going to be? YouTube,
well, it's going to be YouTube, Facebook. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Facebook comment section in there, and you can just press that button, and it'll go on your Facebook page, and you can comment, or you can use the like button or the Google Plus, whatever. I'll have buttons. There's be buttons here that you can use underneath this. I'm quite
curious as to other people's opinions of this movie.
Yes, we would definitely like to hear other people's comments, and also I know we're approaching 11 minutes now, and I know we want to try to keep it at 10, but that never happens. There is a Great Gatsby coming out too, so
that's mid-May, right?
Yeah, mid-May. There was a trailer for the Great Gatsby, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye out.
And there's G.I. Joe at the end of the month, and I just want to let people know, the ladies, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in there, and I think he's wearing a lot of Under Armour and a lot of tight shirts.
Yeah. So
get ready.
If you're into that thing, which I take it, Renee, you're gonna want to go see it.
Woo!
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, again, if you have a story for us, or you want to share something with us and you would like us to put on one of these weekly updates, you can send us an email at info@bostonlawllc.com. Again, that's info@bostonlawllc.com. You can write it in one of the Facebook comments on here. You can give us a call, 301-850-4832. Do I know our office
spit it out
phone
when you
number?
know it.
Okay, I guess I'll try that again. 301-850-4832. I just say that a bunch of times a day, so I guess it was a brain fart. Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, I guess that'll go ahead and do it.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. I'm Marcus Boston.
And I'm Renee Boston.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.